Right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m. It's the start of one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. We're getting you ready for all your holiday plans.
And those plans could get a little wet. We're looking at a chance for some thunderstorms again this afternoon and through the weekend. We'll show you the timing of that wet weather coming up.
And if you're road tripping this holiday weekend, I'm tracking any trouble spots that you might run into.
I'm Denver 7's Colette Bordelon live at DIA this morning where the lines are looking pretty long, but trust me, they're moving nice and quickly this holiday weekend. All the changes you need to know before flying.
If you're grilling and gathering with friends, some things to consider before hosting a party, how to make sure you don't get into legal trouble.
And cutting costs on your next trip to the grocery store.
Anyone who's not connected today is missing out on supermarket savings.
Why traditional coupon clipping isn't helping many of us anymore.
And the Joker is cashing in big time the historic deal he just made to return to the Nuggets.
Yeah. Two-time league MVP. Yeah, we want him back for sure.
He's not clipping coupons, that's for sure.
No,
right?
he doesn't need that
Yes.
anymore. Welcome to this Friday morning. Thanks for watching Denver 7 News. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Whatever your plans are for the holiday weekend, we want to get you ready for them. So we have our team coverage this morning. Veronica Acosta is looking at all the fireworks and shows you can check out. Colette is at DIA, a fun place to be this morning, keeping an eye on the lines. Jason is keeping an eye on the roads, of course. Let's start with meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo, though, because we could see some storms today to kick off the weekend.
Yeah, I feel like all the pressure's on me on these weekends, right? To give you a good forecast. There will be a chance for some afternoon thunderstorms. We'll talk more about that here, but let's get you out the door on this Friday morning. We are seeing a little mix of sun and clouds, more sunshine today, a little cooler, low to mid 50s right now in and around Denver. Arvada 53, Golden right now you're at 50, Highlands Ranch currently 54, so it's a cool start to our morning. If you're heading out to St. Elitch's this afternoon, we are going to see that chance of storms. It's likely going to develop after the lunch hour, mid 70s by about 11. We're going to hit highs right around 80 in Denver this afternoon. So it is actually one of the cooler days that we'll see as we head into the holiday weekend. It's going to heat up more so Saturday and Sunday, and I'll show you that in here in just a minute. There is a slight chance we could see a little severe weather out on the far eastern plains. So we'll be tracking today's storms coming up, and I'll show you the full 4th of July holiday weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
A lot of folks will be heading out of town, and all the overnight construction basically picked up and moved out of the way. I can show you that here as you would make your way from Evergreen Parkway and the El Rancho area. Take a look from the camera up that way. We had some paving on that westbound side, but all lanes are open and traffic's moving along normally for us heading up into the hills, and it will be very busy all the way through the state, and all the construction activities will be on hold through the holiday weekend. Look at the drive times right now on I-70 heading up that way, just under an hour, either east or westbound. And the overall drive is better than average. It's usually like that on the Friday before the holiday, including to or from the airport. That security wait time is going to get better than it has been all morning long. We'll check in with Colette in just a second, but the rest of the drive around town looks just fine.
Thank you, Jason. Well, if you have plans to travel this weekend, maybe you're headed to a campsite or one of our national parks, be prepared for heavy traffic on the roads and huge crowds at the airport.
Yeah, we just checked FlightAware. There are 17 cancellations out of DIA right now and 20 delays. Not terrible at this point. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon is at DIA this morning. Security lines moving pretty smoothly right now, Colette.
They're just flying. Excuse the pun. I'm so sorry about that. I know it was a bad pun. But it is moving so quickly here at the South Security line. Right now online on flydenver.com, it's estimated around 12 minutes, but really this is a lot less than that. They've been getting through people so quickly out here this morning. South Security, this is where most of the travelers are going to be passing through this morning. Of course, you do have the option of Bridge Security, which online says that's around 8 minutes, and North Security at around 6 minutes, but 4 minutes for TSA PreCheck. And we actually caught up with the people at DIA yesterday who told us they've been doing absolutely everything they can to make sure that TSA and passengers can all get through this process as quickly as possible.
Recently, what we did is we added a limited number of standard screening lanes to the north checkpoint and a limited number of pre-check lanes to the south checkpoint, giving passengers more options to access the appropriate screening lane.
Those with DIA tell us there's over 200,000 people who will be passing through this airport today, also 200,000 yesterday. So those are the two busiest days of this 4th of July weekend. But AAA Colorado does tell us that flights are actually down 10% from where they were in 2019. Live at DIA, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
All right, well, the national average price for gas is also dropping, Colette, but Colorado's isn't. According to AAA, right now our average is sitting at $4.91 a gallon. It's been hanging around that level. The national average is now lower at $4.84 a gallon. Record high gas prices, though, are not stopping people from taking road trips.
There is so much pent-up travel demand because of the pandemic that even high prices on everything from airfare to gas to hotels to car rentals is not slowing down travel demand.
AAA says a lot of people are choosing cheaper options for lodging and food to offset those gas costs.
This was awesome to see. An estimated 500,000 people flooded downtown Denver yesterday. They were lining the streets. They were set up at Civic Center Park to celebrate our Stanley Cup champions. Maybe you were one of this sea of burgundy and blue. And the aerial shots to see the crowd were just, it was amazing to see all the people out there. The city brought out the fire trucks. They had music. And the players and fans embraced this opportunity to party together.
People really wanted and needed this celebration today, and I am really proud and happy that the city and county of Denver could do it for everyone. It's been a rough couple of years. So I just think this is a great opportunity to bring everybody down and, really just kind of reassure folks that Denver's returning back to how it was in the before times.
The fans were down there for hours, lining up as early as 5 o'clock in the morning. They had makeshift Stanley Cups. They were hoisting their babies in the air as well. The city says it was able to use planning from Super Bowl 50 when the Broncos celebrated their win back in 2016 to help with the planning on this one. So we take a live look from Civic Center Park this morning as the sun starts to rise. Much quieter than yesterday, but crews will be back out at Civic Center Park today to get it ready once again. More celebrating. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us live. We go from Stanley Cup party to birthday party. Crowds will gather to celebrate our country.
That's exactly it. We just wrapped up that massive celebration yesterday, and now we're getting ready for a brand new one that kicks off this weekend. So crews, they definitely have their work cut out for them, and we're talking about Denver Park employees specifically. They're going to be out there both today and tomorrow, of course, just cleaning up and really setting up for the 3rd of July celebration in honor of the 4th of July there. So officials say they expect this to be a pretty big celebration too. Of course, not as big as what we saw yesterday. They say food trucks will be on site. There will also be music. That's going to start at 6. As for the star of the show, we know those, of course, are going to be the fireworks, and those are scheduled to start right between 9:15 and 9:30.
So everybody's favorite July 3rd tradition took a 2-year break, but it is coming back into the park on July 3rd. We'll have the symphony. We just booked local artist Dragon Deer. Will perform in front of the symphony. Music has always been part of that July 3rd experience, and we're excited to bring it back.
Again, the celebration happens on Sunday, not on Monday, just something to keep in mind there. And the gates, they open up at 4 in the afternoon. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Right, yeah, it's going to be a party all weekend long. If you are hosting your own backyard barbecue, keep an eye on who's drinking alcohol. Denver 7 reporter and attorney Jessica Crawford is diving into the issue of social host liability.
Parties are supposed to be fun, but they can take a turn for the worst when drinking goes too far. And if you're the one hosting the party, that could lead to legal problems that could cost you big. Fireworks aren't the only thing people buy for Independence Day. According to Wallet Hub, Americans will likely spend $1.4 billion on alcohol for the 4th of July. That's a lot of booze. And if you're serving it up at your party, you could face a legal risk civilly. Social hosts could have to pay for the damage if they knowingly serve alcohol to a person under the age of 21, and that results in the minor causing bodily injury or property damage to someone else. For example, that young person drives off and gets in a car crash.
Some of the practical reasons is that we know that minors aren't as equipped to make proper decisions, and so that's why there's a responsibility for adults when it comes to the behavior of minors. And in regards to the safety risk, you don't want people who are drinking to be driving.
You could face criminal charges too. If you encourage a minor to break the law, you could be charged with delinquency of a minor, which can be a felony in some cases. Something to keep in mind beyond the holiday weekend, minors in Colorado are only allowed to drink alcohol if they're in a private place like a home with consent from their parents. In the newsroom, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
It is now 6:10 and we are looking at a pretty nice start to our Friday morning and to the holiday weekend. Your camping forecast this weekend, busy in the mountains Saturday and Sunday. Storms are likely each afternoon. We're going to be in the 60s and 70s both days, and then on Monday a little bit drier. I'll show you that full 4th of July forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
And the drive up there looks pretty good right now. Remember, there is some construction right around Silverthorne, Dillon, so you'll be slowed down a little bit if that's going to be your destination. Right now on South Broadway here through Inglewood, it looks just fine. Not seeing any problems for us down to the south side of town. Littleton looks good, Inglewood looks good. So a nice quiet start on and off the highways right now.
Law enforcement is getting more high tech to help solve crimes, but is it an invasion of your privacy? The push for new facial recognition rules.
And clipping coupons won't save you as much money as it used to. How to find better deals at the grocery store. Plus, big news, Nikola Jokic is staying in Denver, the contract he signed that's making NBA history.